2 days ago, I made a video where I talked about creating your own luck. And I talked about my grandpa being a super lucky person. And I talked about the law of attraction. Well, in that video, I said that I was going to write down a list of all the things that I wanted in my life because that is exactly what my grandpa did when he was younger. And he looked back years later at that list and noticed that every single thing that he had written on the list he got. And the only thing he regretted was not writing more things, not having bigger dreams. And so that's what I want to do. I want to write down my dreams. I want to write down my moonshot, as Greg LaVecchia, I believe that's how you say his name, Greg LaVecchia calls it, the moonshot, the shooting for the stars, shooting for the moon, and landing among the stars, I think is kind of what he's referring to by that. And I wanted to start out by actually reading the book that my grandpa told me about years ago, and how he has so much luck in his life, how things just naturally come to him. And it's all from that book. It's called The Secret. And a lot of people have heard about it before. But I wanted to give it a try. He gave that book to me years ago. And I kind of read it and I was very pessimistic and did not believe that it was going to be the answer to my questions of why he was so lucky and how things just seem to naturally come to him so easily. But the more I've thought about it, the more I've realized he's right. The power of attraction is real. And even Tony Robbins says that we don't experience life, we experience the life we focus on. And that's kind of the principle behind the law of attraction, is that whatever our thoughts are, whatever we focus on, that's what we're putting out into the universe. That's what comes back to us. I started reading it tonight with my wife because we had something rather unfortunate happen to us today. We got kicked off of WIC, which is kind of government assistance for helping get some food for your kids. And we got kicked off the program, so we're no longer going to be receiving any sort of funds for that. Which, it's not the end of the world, but it just kind of was a little kick in the pants. So we decided it's time to create our own luck. Decided it's time to create our own destiny. And instead of focusing on the negative things in life, the debt, the small balance in the bank accounts, we're going to focus on creating abundant wealth and having a good relationship with not only each other, but with each other's families and our friends. And we're going to focus on all the things that we actually truly want in this life. Hopefully this video is not super shaky. But as we were reading, the analogy that it shared that really worked well for us, and it really made sense to us, was we are like a TV broadcast tower, or like a transmission tower, and or we're like a television, I guess. And whatever channel we are on, that's the frequency we're putting out. And that frequency will bring those pictures and the audio from the tower to us if we're tuned into that frequency. And so if our minds are tuned into a negative frequency and we're thinking about debt, we're thinking about how poor we are, we're thinking about all the bad luck that we have, that's what we're going to attract, because that's the frequency that we're putting out. And so that's exactly what we're asking for. And so to reverse that, you have to change the channel, or change your thoughts, change your mind to success, to wealth, to things that you want in your life. And when you have tuned into that frequency, when you've changed the channel, that's what starts coming your way. That's what you connect with. And the things that I want, that I truly want, I need to write them down, because if it's not written down, it's just a dream, not a goal. But what I am going to change my mind to, what I'm going to change my internal channel to, is success and being a millionaire. And like I've said on this channel a few times, I'm going to keep saying it. I don't necessarily want to have $1 million to have $1 million. I want to make $1 million to become the type of person who can make $1 million, if that makes sense. I want to become a millionaire. I don't want to be handed $1 million, because if I have not figured out how to earn $1 million for myself, it's just going to go away. And so I want to become the person who can earn $1 million and have that in my checking account. And so that's what I'm changing my channel to. That's what I'm changing my frequency to. And I'm also changing my channel, and I'm tuning my frequency into being successful on YouTube. So far, I feel like I've been pretty optimistic, and I've come into this with the expectation that I will not have any significant like viewership or growth on YouTube for 12 months at least. And funny enough, I actually probably unintentionally used the law of attraction to bring a YouTube video to me yesterday by Caleb Ralston, and I swear he was speaking to my soul. Like, he knew it felt like he knew exactly what I was going through. Granted, he's been doing the personal branding thing for like 17 years, so he's pretty smart, but he was speaking to my soul, and he was using real life examples that I could actually, like, to a scary level, relate to. He brought up Greg LaVecchia, who I literally discovered like 3 weeks ago, talking about the CEO of Bloom and how you can like taste his energy drink. And it's like so crazy, because literally like 2 weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago, I tried it for the very first time because I saw Greg on YouTube. And so it was just like crazy that he like brought that up, and he's like, this is a new creator, and he's like doing such a cool job showing you how he's building his business. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And he also brought up a point about like how you can actually create videos, educational videos, which this is technically an educational video, but how you can create educational videos as somebody who is in one of two categories. One, you can either be an expert in your field, whatever that is, which I am not. I'm not an expert in YouTube. I'm not an expert in making $1 million. I'm not an expert in anything. But you can also be a student and trying out your own philosophies on the internet publicly and sharing them to see if they work. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm the student, and I am running an experiment, and I say, I believe that in 6 years, I can be a millionaire. I can have $1 million in my checking account. And I'm running that experiment publicly. I'm letting all you guys watch it with me. And right now, it's really cool to see. I did not expect any of my YouTube videos to get any views, but I've actually had much more than I've expected. One of my videos, I think it was the third video I posted, day 3, has like 50 views or something like that, which to me is nuts. I did not expect any video to get that many views this early on, at least. I've posted, I think, 13 as of the recording of this video. So just the fact that I've posted 13 videos, one of them got like 50 views. I already have 8 subscribers, which any of you subscribers who are watching, love you. Appreciate you joining me so early. I hope that it pays off. I hope that you can stick with me for 6 years, or maybe I'll have it sooner. But I hope you can stick with me and see the type of person that I am now versus the person I am becoming, or the person that I will become by the end of this challenge. I think that the payoff will be rewarding to see somebody start from nothing, starting from the point where like literally like I'm on WIC, or I just got kicked off of WIC, and so that means I need government assistance. That means I'm not making a lot of money. So getting from like right there, like pretty low status as far as income goes, all the way up to the top. I don't know if having $1 million in your checking account puts you in the top 1% anymore, but I'm gonna call it the top 1%. Maybe it's top 2%, something like that. And just use this, and use the stuff taught by Alex Hormozi, and the stuff taught by Tony Robbins, and the stuff taught by all these other people that have figured it out. Getting a nice golden hour shot here. Hopefully I look good, but I hope that the journey, if you're following along, especially one of you 8 who have subscribed from the very beginning, I hope you get to witness the transformation. And my goal is 6 years. My goal is to have it by the time I turn 32, which is in the year 2032. So maybe I should make one more video saying, come back and watch this in 2032, something like that. I don't know what else to say today, other than I need to set my goals as far as writing down exactly what I want and putting those on a piece of paper or on a vision board and putting them next to my bed or keeping them in my pocket so that I can read them often. I'm doing this experiment. I'm trying it out because it can't hurt. Why not? I mean, I got nothing to lose, so I might as well try it. I've been still listening to motivational speeches every morning when I go to the gym, and I heard one today about the law of attraction, and it kind of just made me want to double down. And then obviously all that other stuff makes me want to double down. So that's what I'm doing. I'm running this experiment publicly, and I'm just posting everything because I know that the videos I make right now kind of suck. And I am okay with that because there's not a whole lot of people watching, so if I don't have a whole lot of viewership, that's okay. I'm just doing this to get comfortable on camera, and I'm getting more comfortable. Maybe some of you that, if you go back and watch like day 1, day 2, day 3, maybe you'll notice I am getting a little bit more comfortable on the camera, just by getting in the repetitions. And then hopefully I will learn more about editing, I'll learn more about sound, learn more about lighting, and maybe like angles and that color theory and all that kind of stuff, and like make some more high quality content for everybody watching. I'd love to make more high quality content. I just, as a guy who is actively trying to make $1 million, actively trying to put food on the table, actively going to school, actively being a dad, I have my attention kind of split across a lot of different things, and I'm trying to cut out the stuff that's unnecessary, cut out video games, cut out doom scrolling, cut out like binge watching and all that kind of stuff, because it's just not serving me much right now, and I feel like this is something that will serve me better. And I'm grateful to my wife, if she ever watches this someday. I'm grateful to her for supporting me and being willing to watch our kid while I go on a drive to record these videos. Because right now I probably should be home with my family, but I'm making a quick sacrifice, and my wife is being super supportive, and I'm really grateful for her letting me just go for a drive and record a video. So, if you're watching this, Chloe, love you, girl. I don't have anything else to say, I don't think, so I'm trying to come up with some final words of wisdom before I say, okay, bye. Final words of wisdom. Your thoughts become things. That's one of the quotes from the book. So if you're watching this and you think that me trying this experiment is interesting, you can try it too. And all you have to do is remember that whatever you're thinking about, that's what you're attracting, whether that's good or bad. So if you're thinking about debt, you're attracting debt your way. If you're thinking about abundance, you're attracting abundance your way. So right now, I'm thinking that you're going to hit the subscribe button and that this video is going to get me some more subscribers. So we'll see. All right, bye.